Welcome everybody. Thank you for joining us. Today I am joined by Thwarp. She is
Hello.
a phenomenal Magic the Gathering inspired artist who has drawn a lot of giants, which are very cool,
Thank you.
as well as a bunch of other stuff which I've seen before, I've liked it before, I've shared it before, but none of it's coming to my mind, and I'm so sorry about that.
No, that's okay. I mean, I am working on the trying to establish myself as that giant bitch enough that Wizards
All I
gives me
want
a
to do
spoiler card
is
for
say hello
Lorwyn.
to a giant woman. A giant woman.
Yeah. Uh-huh. But yeah, I do a lot of, like dragons and dinosaurs and big robots and stuff. It's just kind of the year of the big boys this year because I'm trying to work on the Lorwyn thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm starting to think that's all people know me for at this point, which isn't wrong because it's all I've drawn for like 3 months at this point.
Yeah.
So I've buried myself in my own brand.
Yeah.
But I like them, so it's fine.
That's good. But yeah, tell us about yourself. What sort of well, you have a little bit, but what are your pronouns? What sort of artwork do you like doing? Stuff like that.
Um, okay, well, I use she, her pronouns. I just go by Thwarp online. I as far as art goes, I do like a lot of like I guess scene artwork of like character or object plus background, and I've been having a lot of fun with a sort of bright cell shaded sort of geometric style the past couple of years that I've been messing around with. Um, so yeah, that's what I've been doing all of my giant proxy cards in for the Lorwyn Ambassador thing. Um, hmm. Yeah, I'm not really working on any comics or anything. I just try to compose cool images that look nice on cards and then make them readable at a small size.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Well, hell yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just having fun with it.
I had an artistic brand for a while that I really like and I really stuck to. That I need to get back into doing because I was good at it and people liked it for the most part. I just haven't done it in forever.
Oh, what was it?
Black and white stuff.
Oh,
So
like your icon?
yeah, like my icon and my little robot. I this is the sketchbook I want to be using for tonight's stuff. That's a bunch of blank pages. I did this little robot. That's supposed to be a Exelon gnome.
Just a little guy.
Yeah, but that's relatively recent. That's a friend of mine as a cowboy. I should have a. Maybe it's earlier in the book. I had a orc army that I drew that I was really proud of. I don't know where it is in this book.
Hmm. Iron well, maybe not ironically, but I'm just drawing along as we do this, and I have drawn a cowboy too, but much less uh I don't want to say serious. Mine's just a little weirdo. Would you like me to screenshot it and send it to you?
Yes, please. Here's the orc army that I
Okay.
did that I was really proud of.
Oh, hell yeah. I haven't worked in physical media or medium a lot lately.
My stuff is almost exclusively all physical because I haven't really done anything digital. I've done logos digital, but like logos are different. And I don't have a drawing tablet, and also I just there's something about having the actual physical drawing like there and with me that I can like have it, hold it, display it, the whole deal.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I still draw so much faster, like in physical space than I do on my tablet. Like my tablet lets me do some funky stuff with colors, which I really like.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it's easier to sort of work with references and such. But like I don't know. I can bust out like a person or a dinosaur or whatever in like a couple of minutes on paper, whereas it's like 10, 20 minutes on the computer. I do think a big part of that is also the PC or the digital art lets you go back and mess with your stuff so much. Whereas, like, once you do it on paper, it's kind of one and done. So you can't really get bogged down in perfectionism.
Yeah.
Oh, I have posted the little guys.
Where have you
I will
posted?
continue to work on. Oh, in the y'all's work tab.
Oh, okay. Oh, I love them.
Uh huh.
Very cool. Yeah, Hermit
Oh,
one.
wait. Hermit's in here?
Yeah,
My
Hermit's in
number
here.
one fan.
Hermit's been a friend of mine for a while now.
Yeah, he's cool.
On and off sort of thing. Like, I talk to him sometimes more than I talk to others. I've done some
Yeah,
projects with him that
um,
didn't go anywhere, and some other projects that did go places, and we've known each other since the old Spice 8 Rack days.
oh, wait, the Spice 8 Rack days? I don't know about those.
Back when Spice 8 Rack started its Patreon, a bunch of random people joined at first, like the first people who joined. And I was one of them. Hermit was one of them. A handful of other people were some of them.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've known him. I think I met him. It was like a post of your favorite creature types or something, and he was like the one other giant appreciator or something. And that's how we met. And I don't know, he's been very nice about my art.
Yeah, he's great.
He sent me some really helpful like pose reference things for like spears and such, because I'm doing a Theros campaign, which involves a lot of sort of spear plus shield art.
Are you a spear thrower?
I'm more of a spear hitter. The spear stays with me.
Oh.
Well, you see, if you throw it, you can't hit somebody with it again.
Not unless it comes back to you.
Fair.
Make it magical. 5 head.
Well, hmm. Perhaps.
According to God of War, there are magical axes that you can throw and they come back to you, and magical chainswords that you can throw and they come back to you. Surely there are magical spears that you can throw and they come back to you.
Yeah, I guess in D&D, I'm more at the mercy of what my DM gives me. But in that campaign, my character does just throw rocks at people who are farther away. So it kind of negates the need of a spear that comes back because you just hit somebody with a bowling ball at range, and that's almost as good.
Throw rocks. Nice.
Uh huh. Well, to the surprise of nobody, they're a half giant, who is kind of how the whole giant thing got started, was drawing them.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I mean, all of them have throw rock on their stat block, so it'd be weird if she didn't.
Amazing.
Yeah, so it was originally a reflavored crossbow and has since been updated to a reflavored longbow. So the thought of somebody winging a bowling ball 600 feet with sharpshooter is fucking terrifying. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to curse so early in the
No, it's
stream.
fine. We're good.
Okay. But yeah, I just think that's very silly that we're like level 19 at this point, and everyone's like super high magic and powerful and stuff, and then it's like, I'm gonna wing a rock at them really hard because that's what works best for me.
Hey, yeah, it works. It ain't stupid if it works.
Hmm. Also, hey, you don't care if the rock comes back because you just get another one. It's
Spawn a new
fine.
rock. That's amazing.
Yeah, I think I'm a really big fan of my DM gives me something and then I use it for something stupid, and like I don't know, I'm not one of those I'm here to break the game players. So she did give my character a bag of holding, and I currently use it to carry approximately 100 bowling ball sized rocks that she just pulls out of it to throw at people. Because she's not just going to carry a big sack of actual rocks, because that'd be insane.
You could use it to
And
beat
there's,
people with.
uh-huh. Well, a bag of holding, it kind of, it's like an extra dimensional, like Mary Poppins bag.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it doesn't have like any of the weight or size or any of the stuff in it, but it's just like an item that can be abused that is now instead being used to just carry 5,000 pounds of rocks. And I think that's fun.
That sounds very fun.
Yeah. Yeah, D&D is kind of the thing that got me back into doing art after I sort of had the creativity squashed out of me in college.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I have a soft spot, particularly for all the guys from this campaign, because it was sort of the campaign that got me back into drawing regularly.
Mm. That's good. I'm happy for you.
Yeah. I love this little UFO with the horse thing that I drew. I've just been adding to that.
Yeah.
It's just a. Hmm. I'm
Ugh.
gonna check in. Oh, were you gonna work on your thumbnail thing for the Final Fantasy project today?
Yeah, well, not the thumbnail. Well, the sketch. Well, it's right here.
Oh, okay, cool, cool.
I was
Well,
taping it
now
up
I'm
for you.
feeling less bad because I've mostly just been working on thumbnailing out the shapes.
I have done absolutely zero work other than a rough idea I sketched on an index card.
Yeah. Well, I guess some secret bonus lore for the listeners in the chat. I think the magic characters I was gonna include were Duretti, Greasefang, and Osgear because they're the sort of three magic mechanics that come to mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, it's me, the one person who remembers Osgear exists from Strixhaven.
You gotta let that man's tits out. Let him breathe.
Oh, absolutely. He's gonna be the one in the classic Sydney outfit, tits
Man.
out and everything.
Hell yeah. So good.
Yeah. It sucks that we don't have like a non Hagrid sort of example of that body type, because I believe in trans rights, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But like a slutty Hagrid that cares about trans people and all of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's going to be very regalia focused as the game kind of is, and also I just think the car is fun.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
I'm trying to go back on my sketch. Wait, actually, I might actually have it here. That's the rough sketch I did.
Ah, which Final Fantasy are you doing again?
3.
Okay. Oof, I'm trying to do it. I can't fucking. Or sorry,
Yeah, you can swear.
not. I know. I should probably swear with meaning more instead of just passively. I cannot draw a regalia from memory to save my life. The Final Fantasy 15 car.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. But yeah, I think the next card I'm gonna work on for the ambassador thing that I'm working on is gonna be Thrix the Sudden Storm, but the cool trans one from our Theros campaign
Oh, nice.
because I'm I'm making the cards and I can choose to make them my better non-canonical versions if I want to.
Be transgender. Be transgender.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, she is great. It was supposed to be like a mini boss that we fought once, and I don't even think the trans thing was intentional. My DM just made them a lady because she didn't have a dude storm giant mini,
Hmm.
and vastly underestimated sort of lesbian capacity of my character. You know, being a half giant and all, it wasn't like a wild dating choice to be like, oh hey, another big terrifying bitch. I'm gonna be homosexual about this. So now she's gone from a boss fight to I guess just a major recurring NPC.
Nice.
But yeah, it's fun.
Hell yeah.
This from memory regalia is looking like hell. I remember it's got a big weird grill on it.
It looks like teeth. Also, I think canonically the regalia is like a BMW.
Yeah, definitely took like some early 60s Chrysler inspiration.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. She's just one of my favorite NPCs from the campaign.
Good.
So I'm just she gets her own card art. It's fine. We have other Thrix, but nobody cares about him is the thing. So
Nobody cared who I was till I trans my gender.
exactly.
You simply
Also
adopted the
the
trans. I was born in it, molded by it.
yeah. Also the time honored D&D tradition of adopting some random NPC for the rest of the campaign.
Hmm.
Have you played TTRPGs before?
I've done a handful of campaigns with D&D, and I am joining a Pathfinder campaign here in a week or two.
Oh, nice. What are you playing?
I'm playing an android gunslinger that I'm very excited about.
Oh, that's cool. What's the setting, or at least the vibe of the setting? I probably won't know the name.
I think it's just like general fantasy, though it's a mega dungeon campaign. It's called Abomination Vaults. I've purposely not looked into it a whole ton, just like my friend said to avoid spoilers.
Okay, but just sort of like a big eternal dungeon type setting,
Yeah, more or less.
or forever dungeon, whatever you want to call it.
And then there's a town around it called Otari. But he wants this to sort of be the start of a general thing, but our just to get our little sea legs. We're doing this campaign and seeing how it goes.
Well, I hope it goes well.
Yeah, for sure.
TTRPGs are a lot of fun.
I've also been playing Monster of the Week. I forgot about that. But Monster of the Week is just kind of throwaway whatever stuff.
Yeah.
I've been playing Monster of the Week on and off for the past month and a half, 2 months, or no, 2.5, 3 months. I might play Monster of the Week tomorrow. I might not. Kind of depends on what my one friend's up to.
I think this Theros campaign has been going on for like if it continues into September this year, it would be 5 years long, which is kind of insane.
Holy shit!
Yeah. We have a group who's very good about consistency, and I really appreciate it.
Oh, congrats!
Thank you. Yeah, we're sort of in likely going to be wrapping up this campaign soon and starting on our Ravnica campaign.
I was in a Ravnica campaign once.
Ah, did you have a guild?
Kind of. My character was kind of weird. I'll explain it in a minute. You finish your train of thought.
Hmm? Oh, okay. Yeah, it's just a Ravnica campaign. I was thinking of playing, like, you know how the Orzhov indebts people in life and then sort of indentures them forever in death with debts they can never pay off? You
Yeah.
know, like the U.S. Department of Education. I was essentially going to be. I had the idea of somebody who had gotten super in debt in life to the Orzhov, and has since beefed it. And rather than be an indentured ghost servant for the next forever, basically they just possessed a random fresh corpse they found and are uh, just hiding, using that to sort of hide their undeadness by just pretending to be an alive person. Um, which I think will be fun. Where'd the corpse come from? Who knows? Will the Orzhov catch back up with them?
Who knows?
It seems like a good source for shenanigans.
Hmm.
Also, I've never done an undead character, so I think it'll be fun.
Well, here's the fun thing: you can still die.
Uh huh. I guess if my character dies in this campaign, rather than being like permadead, they just immediately get impounded by the Orzhov as a ghost.
That seems arguably worse.
Mm-hmm. I think I would rather just be dead than be a fucking, I don't know, fry cook forever.
That's literally hell in American Horror Story. Like there's a random thing in American Horror Story at one point where like some magical dude, whatever, um, is like it's a bunch of witches, and the witches have to like die and go through hell, or just go through hell or whatever, and make a deal with like this. I forget the shtick, but they had to go through hell, and like one person's hell was working a perpetual fry cook line.
I mean, yeah, that sounds very Orzhov. But yeah, I guess that would be the hell my character is running from this campaign. So yeah, I think I was gonna have them join the Boros just because I think Boros cards are fun, even if the Boros themselves are kind of not great. But they're not joining the Boros for cool altruistic reasons. They're probably joining the Boros so they can intercept anybody, looking for them because
Mm-hmm.
they share, the white part of their color identity. So sort of keep the Orzhov close enough to avoid them kind of situation.
Yeah. So you'll appreciate this. I've been talking to this lady on and off, romantically sort of thing,
Mm-hmm.
and she's a very tall lady as well. And I mentioned to her that she looks like a magic card because she does. I didn't tell her the name of the card. I didn't tell her the creature type of the card. Just like you look like a magic card because she's a little bit sensitive about her size. She's 6'6", muscular, giant woman.
Yeah.
It's Bulwark Giant. You know the big femme giant from War of the Spark with a giant ass shield.
Yeah, the one everyone's super normal about.
She looks like that.
I mean, that's pretty cool. I mean, honestly, similar body type, except I'm just six flat. 6'6" is wild, but in a cool way. I mean, good for her. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I hope she can find a way to feel less self conscious about it. That was like a whole big thing for me was finding a way to, I don't know, get past all the people saying I should feel bad about shape and size and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
She's been transitioning for like 11 years now, so she's kind of gotten over some of that, though there's still some of that she's worried about.
I've been transitioning for 10 years.
Nice, good for you.
Yeah, good for her.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
But yeah, she looks like Bulwark Giant, which is awesome.
damn, 6'6" is 6'6" is so fucking tall. That's god damn. That's cool though. Congrats, good for you.
Yeah. The hard part is and she lives about 2 hours away, and she has driving anxiety, and I can't drive. And also, like, she's had some health problems, and she's had some other various problems with like job and all that. So it's been a little bit rocky, but we keep talking. We keep trying. That's what matters.
Yeah. Well, I do wish you all the best. I don't know, relationship stuff.
It's hard.
Yeah, it's hard, but it is very nice if you find a person that you like and, you know, gets along with you and stuff.
Yeah. But yeah. So the
I
rank.
really wish I could.
Hmm?
I really wish I had a deck I could run Bulwark Giant in because the art is very good, but it's also just a super mid card.
It's really not. That's why I'm kind of glad she does know Magic the Gathering. She wants to learn it. She wants me to teach her how to play it, which is like, oh boy, this is going to get rough. Thankfully, that's far
God,
away. But she doesn't
God, my
understand how cards work necessarily. So like, you look like this card. I don't mean it as an insult. I mean it in the most like respectful, polite way possible. Just it's a very visual, a similar appearance. And she's like, "Oh my god, I really appreciate it. That's really cool." She never once mentioned the how the card works. She doesn't care how the card works. I'm never going to mention how the card works. Just let's just focus on the artwork. The artwork's fine. The artwork's what matters here.
I mean, the artwork is pretty good.
It's very good.
Also, damn Giddy.
Did you say damn gay?
Get no, I said damn Gideon.
Mm-hmm.
Gideon loudly announces his type immediately after it dies.
Gideon's type in women is just yes.
Mm-hmm.
He's not picky at all.
Didn't War for the Spark have that whole like straight Chandra nonsense in it?
Yeah. She was decidedly. She was into guys who are decidedly male. Is the line, which is dumb, and I'm glad it's been
Yeah,
retconned.
yeah. I guess they've been aggressively course correcting that in the past few years, but good for them. I'm glad Nissa didn't stay a weird, gross, mechanical lady, and they just did some bury your gaze shit immediately after.
Mm-hmm. Chuck Tingle would be proud,
Yeah, Johnny probably should have stayed dead.
but hey,
I
listen.
know who will be the marketable hot furry.
Exactly. Come on now. You got to think about these things.
I know it's just Theros is one of my favorite plays, and he killed it. So, well, I guess it's not dead. It's just fucked up real bad for the next forever, and we're not going to get a set of it for a while.
Yep. Hey, but at least
Now,
half the
did
gods are fine.
completed? Hmm, I, are they? I thought it was that most of them got.
I thought like half of them were fine, and the other half got.
Yeah, I guess I haven't really confirmed anything aside from Heliod and Erebos. But as a person who's been playing the Champion of Nylea for the past 5 years, I have opinions on killing off Nylea specifically. A dinosaur has been added to the doodle sheet.
Oh hell yeah! I'm looking it up because I can't focus on drawing, and I'm curious. In the course of the invasion, most of the gods were completed. The city of Melita stood as the last bastion of resistance against the endless onslaught of Phyrexian armies. Hordes of Phyrexian monstrosities assailed the city from air, land, and sea, while Meletian defenders fought valiantly to drive them off with the aid of Afar, one of the few surviving Theros gods.
Yeah, so I'm just wondering which ones are the surviving gods. Also, the surviving legends. I don't know. I lost both Polychronos and Atali in the same set, who were like the two cards that got me into Magic. So I was like, fuck these guys. Like, I think I actually got into Magic just because my partner was getting into it and
Mm.
showed me the Atali card, and I have the Spinosaurus autism. And I was like, well, I want to play with that card now. Uh, so yeah, I started playing on the premise of I think that dinosaur specifically is pretty neat, and I want to build a deck where I can run it.
Hmm.
And then I think Polychronos was the first mythic that I opened, and like I started playing during Theros Beyond Death.
It is suggested that Athreos may have survived.
Oh, good for the Demir god. I'm so happy for him.
Athreos is the black and white one.
Yeah, the Demir one.
Demir's blue and black.
Or no, sorry.
Or Zav.
I think it's also theorized that what's Demir boy's name again? Phoenix survived because he's the god of hiding real well.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything about Phoenix, but I want to be surprised.
Yeah, but I guess Nylea, Iroas, and Thas are the only ones I kind of care about to any degree. So yeah, if one of them survived, that'd be cool.
But the Theros gods are just tulpas, so I'm sure they'll be fine.
Yeah, yeah. Now the real question is Calypne alive? She has double strike, so she doesn't get infect damage easily. So I'll assume yes. Also, I'll continue assuming yes because I'm literally the only person who probably remembers she exists on a regular basis. So I don't think as long as Wizards doesn't kill her canonically, she's fine.
No information whether she's alive or dead.
I mean, yeah, I figured. I've looked into the Theros stuff. They really been like this plane got fucked so hard every god died, and they got two of the five flip legends dedicated to them, and then followed it up with absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
So so yeah, it doesn't look like things are great there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess yeah. I guess I'm just assuming Nylea dead. Um, any other god probably dead. Maybe not Iroas. I don't know. They don't take combat damage. My assumptions are based entirely on keywords. So
Mm-hmm.
double strike gets around infect, and I don't know. If you prevent combat damage to yourself, you don't take infect. So I'm sure they're fine.
But the the counterpoint to that is if the person playing the spell is infected with Phyrexia, then the card they're playing is infected with Phyrexia.
Mm.
Like
Well, I don't
Phyrexia
know. I guess
Scourge.
my interpretation is if the person playing Magic is supposed to be a planeswalker, and all of the guys they summon are like summons or whatever from various planes. I think if the wizard got corrupted and completed or whatever with their 10 poison counters, then the other guys are probably fine because they're not actually there, they're just summons of them. Or maybe they are there and they just bounce.
I don't know.
Eh.
Excuse me.
Yeah, I guess if a creature dies to poison counters, then they get completed. God, it would be the funniest thing. I am, again, playing that Theros campaign.
Yeah.
If we just inexplicably had a member of the party just get summoned by some random planeswalker into a fight with a bunch of stuff.
You can do that if the player needs to like bow out for a week.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like you could get away with that in more of a goof tone campaign, but I feel like that would have an effect on the narrative of the world if, I don't know, our centaur bard just got conjured by some random nerd in Eldraine or something, forced to play music while a bunch of wizards, I don't know, pass some sphere around in an in-world version of an infinite combo and then blast another planeswalker out of existence.
Guys, you won't believe what just happened to me.
Yeah, it happens actually during a long rest, so everyone just thinks he had a weird dream. It's just a bunch of projections of wizards, I don't know, turning an obelisk sideways and then lifting it back up again repeatedly until it generates infinite energy and explodes like a nuclear bomb.
Do any of you know what a robot is? I found a robot. What's a robot?
A bunch of mechanical things joined together into one sort of mech titan, for lack of a better word. I'm a horseman who lives in an ancient Greek setting. I have no context for this.
What are Greeks? I saw a bunch of birds get shot out of the sky by lightning. I didn't even know the gods were that accurate.
That'd be silly. I don't know what would be better to be summoned against like a theme deck where it's like cohesive enough to be like, yeah, that's a bunch of dragons, or if it's just like a loose conglomeration of combo bullshit and then they just, I don't know, break dance aggressively and then you die. Either way. Maybe for a one shot, I'll do that when I need to fill a week because I'm sort of the my DM does most of the games, but I do a game every month, so she can play as a player.
Uh-huh.
So I may just do that as a bit.
It'd be a good bit.
hmm
So, in,
I could actually I could look into my DM's decks and find one that would make a heinous encounter and then make that for them.
mm-hmm.
It's just Cranko, and every time he dabs, the number of goblins around him doubles.
Oh no. He won't stop dabbing. Teach me how to be a goblin man. He said, teach me how to be a goblin. But the goblin master did not answer. He just kept dabbing.
hmm
So yeah, the Ravnica campaign.
Actually, wait.
Oh, go.
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say, wait. My DM actually did that to me. Come to think about it, kind of. My Kalimne deck is built entirely out of Boros Spite because it's supposed to be a bad commander and the worst color identity for commander.
Mm-hmm.
So I built it to um, show people the true power of getting punched in the face really hard, very quickly in a way that they can't interact with.
Mm-hmm.
Um, And apparently it's annoying enough that in the Theros campaign, sort of later in life, um, jaded mercenary Kalimne was hired specifically to be a foil to my character
Oh,
and was built to counter all of her stuff specifically as part of like a rival group. Because we have like a sorcerer, bard, um, my character's like a rune knight druid. So the rival party was another sorcerer, another bard, and then uh, she was like I think a modified stone giant with monk stuff. So she had
okay.
like stunning strike and projectile catching and all of that stuff. It was great,
So she,
honestly.
so she could cast the giant rocks.
Yeah, yeah, she could hard counter my throw rocks at people ability.
Oh no.
Yeah, it was wild. But also she had stunning strike, which if you get stunned, you lose concentration on your spells.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was very fun because it's like, okay, I see why you're making me suffer through this queen coming to beat me up in a way that I can't really interact with. And I feel like it may be related to me doing this to you through cardboard for the past several months.
I've learned my lesson. I've learned my lesson anyway.
Yeah, we Steven Universe her ass though. Now she's a begrudging ally because my character is just very personable, and if she decides she likes you, it's only a matter of time before you fucking come around.
You are being rescued. Do not surrender. I mean, do not hesitate. Or, damn it, what's the fucking Rogue One quote?
Do not resist. You are being redemption arced.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so the Ravnica campaign that I ran, I didn't run it. I acquaintance of mine ran it. Another person from the old Spice 8 Rack days. Um, and so they were running the campaign and it was on Ravnica, and I had a really clever idea for a character. And I stand by the cleverness. And they were on board with it for a while, but I kept telling them that like my character will slowly change. Like each campaign, he'll slowly get my character, not he the anyone else. My character will get slightly more and more unhinged. Not unhinged in like a bad way, but like his patience will be wore thin. He'll feel like people aren't listening to him. He'll feel like maybe some other means are necessary to solve problems. Um, and it got to a point where that happened, and like I told the DM what was going to happen before it happened. I'm like, listen, I've told you about this. You've said it was okay. This is what I mentioned was happening, and you said it was okay. I'm going to do this. Is this okay? Yeah, it should be fine. I don't care. And so I tortured a rogue goblin, and then had the cleric heal him a bunch of times, then tortured him again, and then kept healing him, and then kept torturing him.
Huh. And what happened as a result of these ethical actions?
That kind of crossed the line a little bit. Uh,
Well, sounds like it.
the rest of the party wasn't too fond of it after the third or fourth time. Just because our rolls were bad. Our rolls were good to kill the thing and to do the damage, but the rolls weren't good enough to get answers. And the DM didn't fudge the numbers and be like, yeah. You get the answers you need. No, like on like heals and like torturing or whatever, rolled great, perfect. But on like interrogation or whatever, nothing. All ones. And the DM stuck with it. So it was a little bit of my problem, a little bit of their problem. But the character himself was
Aw.
pretty cool. The character
I feel
was
like if somebody busted that out in one of my campaigns, I might have to knock them out. knock out the character, not the player, obviously.
Yeah. And like
I
this
didn't mean to
was
interrupt. What were you going to say,
no,
though?
this like the character was a guildless character who was very talkative, very, like you would talk nonstop, and like he would talk through everything. And he was a rogue, and like in the story of the campaign of his little background, he's been in Ravnica his entire life, just doing odd jobs, going from place to place. Sometimes helping out one guild, sometimes helping out another guild, but always residing and living guildless. Not really feeling like he belonged anywhere. And then one day, now the other players did not know this, only the DM. And the DM said this was fine. One day, my character ran into Lazov and was just like, "Oh, I'm so the Demir were actively hunting me down." But for some reason, through a bunch of like Mr. Magoo type shenanigans, I just avoided all of them. Until finally, I literally ran into Lazov, in an alleyway. Not like him hunting me down, like I pass him by, hit like accidentally shoulder check him whilst running away from something, and like he turns to me, reads my mind, and like kind of gets like like a little figure on me, and like realizes that I could be one of the best Demir um, counter information specialist alive because of how much I talk.
Oh, just spreading nonsense.
Yes.
Hey, you never shut the fuck up. I have a job.
Yeah. So he gave me a pin, um, which was the Demir signet thing, but I didn't know what it was because the Demir are a secret. You don't know who the Demir are. So I got this pin, and then I was suggested like, "Hey, you like coffee? Check out this coffee person." And my character's like totally confused, like, "All right, whatever," and like kept about his way until he finally went to that coffee place and met his um the barista at the coffee place, who is his correspondent. So I'm playing a Demir rogue, reflavored as a guildless rogue who's being manipulated by the Demir.
I mean, that's some layers.
The DM was totally for it, and like thought it was a great idea. Other players, the DM specifically was like, "Nope, this character is a guildless character, plays a little bit differently, acts a little bit differently." Also, my character was an idiot, so it's like we don't know his backstory. He's just a generic guildless guy. And the DM allowed me to sort of tell my story how I wanted to by slowly being like, "Oh, hey, I know my around the city," so I was kind of like the guide. And I'm like, "Oh, I know how to
Yeah.
get to this place. I know how to get to here. I know how to get to there because I've been on the. I'm a courier. I'm a janitor. Whatever." Now my character was an idiot, like very low intelligence, but very high wisdom, which was also pretty funny. And so whilst I knew where I was going and I kind of knew what I was doing, you couldn't listen to a single word I was saying because half the time it was nonsense. So the party slowly figured out what I meant when I said things, and it was pretty fun for a while. And the campaign lasted for about 2 months, 2 3 months. And like I told the DM at the beginning of it, I'm like, listen, as we go on, this character is going to be more and more influenced by the Demir. He's going to become a lot more cutthroat. He's going to become a lot more impatient because he just feels like something's off, something's weird. And The DM said that's fine.
Something ain't right.
Exactly. So, like, my character was kind of non-lethal for a while. Like, I killed, like, critters, but I didn't kill anything sentient. And then, like, I killed a sentient being. And also, my character was kind of opposed to going outside of his comfort zone sometimes. So, like, I wasn't really one to sneak into places unless I had to, or if I did have to sneak into somewhere, I'd prefer it be, like, not a guild place. But by the necessity of the campaign, I had to sneak into a Simic university or whatever, and sneak into some guy's office and grab some stuff and go.
Huh. How'd the campaign end?
It ended after I tortured the thing.
Oh, did that just kill the vibes?
That killed the vibes. And then a day later, or a few days later, I had, so the DM themselves was a non-binary person who leaned a little bit too heavy into the non-binary people are cryptids thing. And it was less haha, kind of cute, kind of funny, and more like you are actively disturbing people.
What did they do?
Um, they would.
If you don't mind me
No, I don't
asking.
mind.
Sorry.
It's funny almost. They would like, so they were Russian Jewish, so they would like Slav squat random places, but they would Slav squat in like weird places or like just randomly, which is fine. And they were from New York City. In New York City, you could just do that, but in suburban Ohio, you can't be doing that. People will think you're weird. And other times they would just like purposely act creepy and like discomforting, and like they're like, "Oh, I'm so creepy and so weird, ha ha ha, he, hoo hoo hoo." It's like you're just being creepy and weird. It doesn't matter if you're doing it ironically, you're still being creepy and weird.
Did they ever like do anything, or were they just being a little weirdo?
Like they were kind of aggro at times. Like they would like slam stuff and be like a little bit like roughhousing, like playfully like messing with people. Like a little bit too physical at times, but like not like call HR physical, but just like punch you in the shoulder or like yank you around a little bit.
Yeah.
And that combined with the just being a little weirdo was just kind of a bad mix. But like,
Just sort of folks didn't want to hang out with them anymore kind of thing, or
yeah, exactly. And so they came into my life, besides for being like a friend on Discord, they got kicked out of their house or their apartment or whatever by their parents. And I told them, if you can find a way to get to Ohio, where I am, I'll give you a room for the summer. I'll help you get a job. I'll help you get back on your feet. And they found their way to Ohio. So I kept my end of the bargain. I gave them a room. I helped get them a job. Helped get them back on their feet. Things weren't perfect, but you know, we were all learning. We were all doing the best we could. But
yeah.
um, anyway, back to the campaign. So this person, like the DM, was really into like RuneScape and like ICP and stuff like that, which is fine, no problem. Not my thing. But I shit you not, I either like a few days or like a week later, I went to a game store nearby, just like picking up cards, looking around the store, you know, just going to a game store, and a person in like full Juggalo makeup with like a Cult of the Rakdos T-shirt that like, like, have you ever been to like a generic like street fair?
Yeah, yeah, I grew up in the deep south.
Oh, good. So those like shirt stands where they're like clearly spray painted shirt stands.
Yeah, the non-copyrighted Bob Sponge shirts kind of stuff.
Yeah, those. This person was in full Juggalo makeup, wearing a attempt at a Cult of Rakdos shirt that they had done in that style, and they had like a little like skull candy Bluetooth speaker hanging around their neck like it was like rap bling, blasting RuneScape music.
Uh,
And I went on Discord like, holy shit, y'all, this person is ridiculous. Holy hell, this is amazing. I love it. Like this person is cringe. Like, and like at the time, it was a little bit like I could have been nicer about it, but I'm like, this person is cringe. What they're doing is cringe. Like, have a little bit of tact, have a little bit of like respect here. Don't play, don't be playing music super loud in public. Don't be wearing full Juggalo makeup just to go to the game store. If there wasn't an event at the game store, and the person clearly said they weren't doing anything else. They clearly said they were just doing it for the bit. Which, now, kind of funny bit. At the time, what an annoying little bit. But I complained on Discord that this person was cringe, and the DM took it personally. And despite me saying, like, no, it's not you, it's not this person, it is this other person, I can have someone who can back me up. Like, I lived with my ex at the time, my ex and I were, like, together and helping out this person, like, they can back me up. And, like, no one took me seriously, and no one listened. And I ended up getting removed as a mod from the one server, and then I left before another mod of that server who was romantically into the DM did anything to me. So it all fell apart real fast.
That's weird. I'm sorry.
It's fine, but like that
Yeah,
Ravnica character, I still really like.
yeah, I guess I've leaned pretty far into the um, cringe is dead and do what makes you happy stuff enough that I don't think I'd really care that much if there was a guy wearing Juggalo paint. Like, I don't know. It might have just been fun to practice it, and even if they didn't have an occasion, I mean, sure.
Like,
Or, homemade t-shirts or whatever.
I realize
But it's
that
like,
now.
I will judge them for blasting music loudly in public, though. That is the most annoying shit. I work in a warehouse job where I listen to like podcasts and stuff while doing my work. And occasionally somebody will just bring a boombox in, and it's like, cool. Now I'm listening to the Adventure Zone and also just whatever this person is listening to.
Yeah,
And it's like, come on, man. Like,
exactly.
if you can get a boombox, you can get some headphones and have some courtesy for the people around you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
As I've gotten older, it's like, yeah, all right, whatever. Let's let them be. They're not, as long as they're not hurting or really inconveniencing anybody, no problem. To be cringe is to be free, whether I agree with it or not. But once you cross over into the point where like you're actively bothering people and like you're actively a nuisance, that's when it's less cringe and more like you're being a nuisance.
God, I'm gonna look cringe as hell going to MC Atlanta.
Why's that?
Um, I'm putting together a Balloona Grand Squall cosplay because she's my little guy and I love her very much. That sort of cloud hair wig thing, the way it's gonna be constructed is like a sun hat with a bunch of like cotton batting
Oh, that's cool.
attached to it, and then like hair sprayed together in sort of a cloudy esque pattern.
Yeah.
Will get annihilated if I pack it into luggage, so I will just be a normal person going through the airport, except I'll have a cloud wig on because I can't put it anywhere else. So I'm sure that's going to go great. But considering the profile picture on Blue Sky, maybe people will recognize me. I don't know.
Yeah. If I'm lucky, I'll be able to go to Atlanta. I'm hoping I will be able to, but like, I need to find a ride there, and I need to find the money to pay to get there. So.
Yeah, I'm very fortunate. I was able to get a guest ticket from I can actually just find his name to shout him out because I think it's cool as hell that he gave me his +1. Yeah, Alec from the Fairy Conclave,
Oh, nice.
at the fairyconclave.bluesky. Bobby put me in contact with they don't have pronouns in here, so I'm just gonna say they. Um, yeah, Bobby put me in contact with them, and we talked for a bit, and they gave me their +1, and that is very cool and nice and helpful, and I really appreciate it. So,
Nice.
Alec, if you listen to this, you're the best. Thank you. Also, Bobby and Command Zoe and everybody else who got me into that spot where I could talk to magic people over Discord and stuff more.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I was able to get my tickets through that, and I'm splitting a Airbnb with a bunch of friends
Nice.
who are also going. So I'm excited. I'm gonna bring my arch enemy deck, so we can continue some rivalries IRL. It's gonna be great.
Yeah. But I want to go to Atlanta.
Sorry, I didn't mean.
No, it's fine. It's good.
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say I didn't mean to go off on a tangent,
I went off on a tangent. It's fine. It's okay. It happens.
but yeah, I did find the dress for the cosplay that's actually exactly the cut that she has in the art and
Oh,
almost
hell
the
yeah.
exact color. So I will have to make the belt and the accessories and the wig, and I'm kind of thinking of making a deck box in the style of that funky rock that she's holding on to. That's a part of the Great Hinge from her alt art, just to keep all my decks in. Um, so I don't know. I think she has a fun look, and also it's not often there are magic characters that are me shaped. So
Yeah.
uh, yeah, it's gonna be fun. But I will look like a fucking maniac going through the airport in just a big stupid cloud wig, probably with a crown attached to it.
Hey, at least you're not hurting anybody, so it's not that cringe.
Yeah, I won't be blasting my music. But yeah, tangent complete. I'm just excited about hanging out with everybody in Atlanta, and I'm
Yeah.
very grateful for the tickets. And I haven't cosplayed in a while, so I'm excited to, I don't know, dress up as Queen Bee, I guess, and kick people to death with giants in the most sort of on brand way possible.
Hey, that's what
It'll be
matters.
great. Hmm.
That's
But
what
yeah,
matters.
tangent complete. I'm just excited.
No, it's good to be excited. But yeah, I can't
Yeah,
focus on
those.
artwork right now, so I'm just gonna rely on talking for the next 30 minutes.
Oh, I'm sorry. Am I being too distracting?
No, 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 no. It's not you. This usually helps me focus on stuff. Like that's why I do this. That's one of the big reasons I do this. Is like talking to other people helps me focus what I'm doing. But just for some reason, I just brain's not working. I can focus on talking or I can focus on drawing. I can't focus on both. And for something like this, I prioritize talking over drawing so that it's an entertaining thing.
Hmm.
And like I said, there's only 30 minutes left anyway, so I'm not too worried about it.
Yeah. So what are you up to for the rest of the afternoon after this? Got any fun plans?
I don't know.
Oh, right. You're Eastern time.
I'm Eastern time.
Not to dox you or anything.
I've said I'm in Ohio like 4 times.
Oh, right. I
I've
won't
already.
make a bunch of. I won't make the stupid nothing wrong with Ohio reference. Um, but
It's okay. You can
yeah,
do
I
it.
guess it's later. Yeah.
Bugs in
I
chat. Bugs
guess
in
it's
chat. Let's
later.
go.
Oh, Bugs in chat. Hello.
No, it's Golgari gal.
Oh, it's you. Howdy, bitch.
Thank you for joining
It
us.
is Golgari Gal, right?
Yeah, it says Golgari gal.
Yeah, I see you've returned from orbit. Nice of you to join us.
Did you launch her into orbit or something?
Yeah, we did an arch enemy game, and I joked about kicking everybody into orbit. Did you see the poster I made for it?
No? Question mark? Let me look.
Oh, here. I guess it should be one of the top things on my blue sky, but yeah, I was the big giant problem with my big silly Bruce Tarl Thrasios giant deck. And I did successfully kick everyone really, really hard. So yeah, the joke was kicking everybody into orbit.
Okay.
But yeah, it was fun. I actually had a lovely time, kayfabe aside. God, I think that second game I did a arch enemy scheme that let me draw three schemes the next time I did one, and it was I made everyone's creatures lose all abilities and become 1/1s, and then I gave myself an extra combat, and then some other third thing that didn't matter, so
Ah,
I ended up
yes.
kicking everyone for like 106 damage. It was great.
Stomp the Brats. It is a very cool poster.
Thank you. But yeah, that was a very fun Pride arch enemy thing with Command Zoe. Or Zoe. I don't know how to hmm, how she likes to be advertised.
If I ever meet Zoe in person, I want to give her a water bottle.
Yeah, yeah.
Even if I don't have one,
I'm
I'll buy one. Because every time I watch her on stream, she's drinking almost exclusively Mountain Dew.
have you considered it's trans culture though to be poorly hydrated? Not for me. I'm sitting here with like a half gallon of water because I never go anywhere without it because I will wither up and die if I don't drink constantly. But general trans culture is to be poorly hydrated.
I understand this. I do. I'm not amongst the culture, but like I got a lot of friends in the culture.
I do think it is
Okay.
mostly a bit.
You know, some people it's a bit. Other people it's not a bit. It's like just drink water. Drink 2 bottles of water a day. It's not that hard. Fill it up.
Eh,
Like you should drink more than 2 bottles, but if you drink at least 2 bottles, it's like all right. Well, you've hydrated a little bit today. I always have a water bottle on me, even when I'm not on my one med, because my one med makes my throat dry, so I need water.
yeah.
And when I'm not on that med, I just have water on me, just because I've gotten so used to it.
Yeah, I guess I'm just used to, I don't know, drinking water constantly. Spironolactone dehydrates you. So,
But
eh.
also, if you're adequately hydrated, HRT is more effective.
Yeah, also, here's the thing. I'm 31. I don't got no wrinkles or any of that shit. Hydration helps with, keeping your skin looking nice and stuff. It's important.
It's very important.
Yeah, like none of my bones hurt or anything yet. I still got all my joints functional. After this call, I'm gonna go crawl out underneath my car to double check the suspension alignment.
Wow.
Yeah, so stay hydrated, kids. Drink your liquids.
Drink
Make your
water.
body last
Drink
long. It'll
water.
make your body last longer, Zoe.
Zoe's
So
not
you can
even
be a
here. We're
problem
shit
for
talking her.
us longer. I'm sure Golgari Gal will relay this back to Zoe for me.
I am. I don't watch streamers often, but when I do, I try to save up points to their hydrates. Zoe's hydrate is. Oh, hey Zoe. How are you?
Zoe's here. Hello.
Anyway, Zoe's hydrate is like exuberantly expensive, and I'm saving up exclusively for that.
We're talking about the benefits of drinking water
Yeah, you should
and
drink water.
how it's the secret of me being the most annoyingly functional bitch.
I have water right here. It's so good. But yeah, I'm
I
in
mean
Ohio. To
it
answer
tastes
your,
like nothing.
yeah, I'm like you can reflavor water. You can make tea. If you make tea, you're still hydrating water.
I fucking hate tea so much.
Well, you don't have to
God, not
do
to
it.
sound like a hater. Yeah, no, sorry. Tea is great if you like it. I don't want that leaf water.
Hello, Stuffed Pup. Thank you for joining us.
June, hello. Nice of you to join us. Howdy. We're talking about water and how tea is bad.
I like tea,
To each their own.
and
Well, I
most
guess this is niche partitioning, so we can exist in the same sort of ecosystem without competing with each other for resources.
Thwarp's audio is doubled. I think. What? Try that. Say something, Thwarp.
Hello?
Can everybody hear Thwarp?
Is my audio normal? Have I been an audio nightmare this entire time?
I don't know. Hearing reverb or something. Yeah, weird. It's good now. Yeah. All right. Weird. Whatever.
Okay. Well,
I assume you've been
dang,
fine.
I haven't. I hope so. Hmm.
Anyway, I haven't had
Yeah.
problems past episodes, so I didn't really think about it this time. No, I stumbled the queries because somebody didn't fucking ping us. I don't ping anybody on these things. I just do them. I have cool people on. And then I have the Blue Sky post, I have the Discord post, and then I just like vibe. And yeah, tea is the best. I made some keef tea, like weed keef tea, like a week ago, and that was baller. That was so good.
Oh, just stream on Twitch.
Yeah, it's on Twitch.
Oh, I'm gonna go find it so I can see what's going on.
Yeah, like the stuff you get from weed.
Yeah, like just THC tea or
Yeah, yeah,
something.
yeah. It was great. I mixed it with green tea. It was like keef green tea. I thought KIEF was like a sort of type of yogurt. But yeah, no, it was green tea with keef in it, and it was fantastic. It was a great high. I loved doing it, and it didn't set in weird or anything. But
Mm.
I had some leftover kefir. Ah,
Sorry, I have no idea about this. All I know is I grew up in Florida and people threw sweet tea at me on all occasions.
sweet tea is equal parts gross and fascinating.
Mostly gross, I would say.
Especially like southern sweet tea. It's just too sweet. It's like 50% sugar. But yeah, so
Oh, there's everyone.
yeah, there's everyone.
Okay, well, thank y'all for letting me know my audio was fucked.
Yeah,
Thank you,
exactly.
June. I get it. Or you get me. I appreciate it. Hmm. I feel like I should have some better material than I don't like tea that much, but we've been talking for a minute.
No, it's fine. That's kind of how these things go.
Yeah.
So, what got you started on artwork?
Um, I've just been kind of drawing for as long as I can remember. Like in elementary school, I would like draw cards, and I remember I did have like a whales period in like third grade or something where I just drew those a bunch. And yeah, it's just kind of been a thing I did for as long as I can remember. Sort of late high school slash college, there was the whole push towards this is the kind of art you need to make if you want to be successful or have people take you serious. And that combined with a lot of negative feedback from teachers and family and college stress kind of made me stop making art for probably 5 or 6 years.
Oh yeah, it's so
But then I
annoying.
got back into it. Yeah, I got back into it with D&D in our first session, or our first campaign. And I mostly just did like little D&D doodles and stuff.
Mm.
But over time, that I guess got me back into it, and I still don't really follow any of the you need to draw this to be successful or whatever. I just am drawing my little guys or magic cards or whatever, you know, strikes my fancy at that time. And I've been having a nice time with it. My art's improved a lot, specifically in the past like 2 or 3 years.
Hell yeah,
Yeah.
that's great to hear.
Yeah. I'm glad I got back into it. And I don't know. I feel like if we didn't have my D&D group, I probably wouldn't have. Um, so I don't know. I am grateful for that. Because yeah, I think it went from D&D art to then we had a campaign in a D&D or in a Magic the Gathering setting, which then led to me learning more about Magic and wanting to learn how to play it. Um, which then turned into making proxy cards, which is, sort of string of things to getting me to where I am now, drawing, primeval titans and shit. It's great.
Yeah. So, what are some tips you have from doing artwork?
Um, hmm. Draw what you want and don't fuck with what you don't want to draw, because it won't be fun and it won't necessarily build a lot of skills.
Well, some good tips.
Um, yeah, I guess like June just said, I don't know, drawing and getting better at art and rendering and the whole process takes a lot of repeated practice and work and stuff. So finding something that you actually enjoy doing and doing it over and over and over again is a really good way to work out a style and work on your practice and stuff. Even if it doesn't have the most variety, like, I don't know, if you just want to draw dinosaurs, then draw dinosaurs and chase your bliss and don't, feel like you have to do figure studies or whatever.
Do you know a fun fact about
Because
dinosaurs?
Sure. I'll let
So,
you know if I already knew the fun fact afterwards.
so the lead singer and producer for the '80s song "Everybody Walk the Dinosaur" was also the lead producer on the B-52's Love Shack.
Huh. I can kind of see the through line.
His name's
I'm not
Dan
sure if that's a.
Was, or Dan Has, or something like that.
Huh. Well, they're both bangers, so.
Yeah, that's the fun dinosaur fact.
Mm-hmm. It's very tangentially dinosaur related. I didn't actually know that one. Would you like to know another fun dinosaur fact?
Yes, I'd love to hear another fun dinosaur fact.
Um, so the sort of orientation of the brain cavity inside of the baryonyx, I believe is what it is. It's like a offset of the Spinosaurus that lived mostly in England and Northern Europe, apparently. The way its brain is rotated, it seems like the theory is that its face was almost always in a face down position, resting, like nose to the ground, because it was a primarily piscivorous dinosaur that ate fish. So it makes sense that its whole brain is rotated inside of its skull so that it's looking down constantly at like a resting position. And that's my fun dinosaur fact.
I do have another fun dinosaur fact that you probably already know this one.
Hell yeah, let's go.
The Thagomizer is named after the late Thag Simmons.
Oh yeah, he got thagomized.
Yeah,
Yeah. I did play a kobold whose primary weapon was a little thagomizer that they tied to their tail.
amazing.
Perfect. Well, I'm glad we've gotten the dinosaur facts out of the way. They're very important.
Absolutely. What's your favorite magic card?
Um, I like a lot of magic cards, but I will say my favorite is Sentinel of the Eternal Watch. It's
What card is that?
a s- it's a 6 mana white uncommon giant soldier from like I don't know, early 20 teens. She's a 4/6 with vigilance, and at the beginning of combat on every opponent's turn, I tap a creature they control. Um, so it's just the sort of perfect thing of it's big and vigilant, so I can hit people with it. The art is fantastic. I have a nice foil version of it in a couple decks as ultimate pet card, but nobody wants to waste good removal on a nothing uncommon 6/6 generally,
It's a
and
4/6.
also yeah 4/6, but also it sucks if it's tapping down your creatures, but the thing is, it's protecting you from other people's creatures too. So it just kind of exists in a weird spot where nobody likes it, but nobody wants to remove it, except for, whoever's playing Eldrazi or whatever Biggie McLarge huge I'm tapping down.
Mm-hmm.
And also, you can use it to make deals to, I won't tap down your biggest thing if you do this thing for me type of stuff. It's just the art's good. It does a lot of fun political stuff, and it enables a lot of combat shenanigans.
The flavor text is really
So,
good too.
uh huh.
Also, I've met
Oh
the
yeah,
art.
the
I met the artist who
portcullis
made it before.
is. Sorry, what?
I've met the artist who made it before.
Oh shit, really?
Yeah, he was a professor at the college I went to.
Oh, that's really cool. Were they like an art professor?
He was one of them. He was kind of an asshole though. Well,
Uh,
okay, I
well,
shouldn't say that. I shouldn't
damn.
say that. He was very French.
Hmm.
Very, very
Perhaps if I
French.
send him the card and a baguette, he will sign the card for me. Because it is my favorite card, and even if he's a little bit annoying, I would love to have one signed by the artist.
Yeah. Like, I'll put it this way: he's so French that when they commissioned him to draw Dracula for the Secret Lair Dracula or the Special Art Dracula, he just drew himself minus a neck tattoo.
I could super get behind that actually. That's great.
Yeah, the one Dracula card is just him minus a neck tattoo.
Okay, so he's still doing magic art then, so cool. Maybe I can find him at an event or something. It's like, hey, could you sign my random 3 cent uncommon? That's my favorite magic card of all time.
This Dracula right there, Count Dracula, Soren the Mirthless. That's just him.
Great. Yeah, I didn't know if he was still doing card art, so that's good to know.
Yeah.
I have to give him the old bonjour next time if I ever see him at a signing thing. But yeah, it's not the flashiest card, but I just like this big, annoying, no you don't actually queen. It's great. And I see that Robin loves her also, so I appreciate it. I
So
think my playgroup calls her Sentinel of the Eternal Bitch, which if a card is annoying enough to get a name, then it's good at what it does. That's all. I just think she's neat.
that's a good
I'm
card.
looking forward to doing her funky giant ambassador re-art. It'll be fun. The secret to knowing which guys I'm gonna do throughout the year is if you just look at the deck list for my Bruce Tarl Thrasios Giants deck, those ones are gonna get done first because I actually play them.
Nice.
Hmm?
I said nice.
Yeah,
Also, I was a bit distracted. So the lady I was telling you about earlier, the lady I've been talking to, the 6-6, she
yeah.
finally messaged me because she's terrible with messaging sometimes. Care for her
Oh
dearly,
shit,
but
she's a 6 mana 6/6.
yeah.
That's funny. At
So
least to me.
hey, giant woman.
Hmm.
Apparently she's been busy all day because there's a snake stuck in her ceiling.
Oh, that's fun.
And
And by
me,
fun, I mean, oof.
I asked what kind of snake it was because I'm curious about what kind of snake it is. There's not a whole lot of snakes that get up into ceilings here in southern Ohio, and she's more southern Ohio than I am. So I was like, what kind of snake is hiding up in your ceiling? Most snakes that would be like hiding in buildings don't go up to ceilings.
Mm. I mean, I guess as long as it's not venomous, it's probably fine. I mean, it should still get out because it'll be like pooping and stuff up there, but has she seen it?
I don't know. Listen, the conversation is this: I texted her at 5:51, 6 o'clock. Good afternoon. She texts me back like 6:20 ish. Hi, hello, or hi. 6:30. How are you? No response. 6:47. Good. I have a snake in my ceiling, so that's interesting. Me. Oh, that's cool. What kind of snake? And then after you mentioned it, I asked, "Is it venomous?" That's the whole conversation. I'm I'm telling you what I know.
Cool, cool. Well, I'm sure it's fine. Probably. Just don't get bit. Does she know of the Yoink Man? Can she channel his energy?
Just whack it on the
Or,
head
I
real
don't
hard
know,
with a stick.
call animal control or something? But yeah, I mean, June's right. Snakes usually aren't aggro on people, so hopefully she can just peacefully get it out.
Yeah.
Back when I lived in Florida, we had like this super shitty house back when I was like poor as dirt after I got, kicked out for being trans and all of, the whole life falling apart stuff. So I lived in like this dumpy sort of slum house.
Oh, I'm
And
sorry.
there, no, I mean, I'm doing better now. I have actual decent, not full of raccoons house, which is bearing the lead. The ceiling had like a bunch of holes around the edges, and like you could just hear like the raccoons and possums and stuff like running around above the living room like most days.
Amazing.
I think they would go in there to like avoid the sun heat and birds and stuff and then leave at night. It was a it I mean, I love street cats as much as the next person, but I was like, this seems like a thing that shouldn't, be happening necessarily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see how that would make the house haunted.
Yeah. Haunted by I don't know, a crime cat that is a raccoon. It might have been possums too, which weirdly makes me feel better because I think they don't carry as many diseases or whatever.
Yeah.
God, that house fucking sucked. It was like one of those post World War II like 40s houses that just had like
Yeah.
3 additions built onto it over time.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, so it's like none of them were like properly ventilated or like built to code or anything.
I've not lived in one of those houses, but I've helped run a Halloween party in one of those houses.
Yeah.
I had a friend of mine
Well,
drive like an hour and a half um from like he was like doing something random or whatever. I said, "Hey, if you can help me fix this electrical system at my buddy's place, you can be invited to this Halloween party. Is alcohol allowed? Yes, alcohol's allowed. What's the costume policy? Something sexy." My buddy's like, "All right, I'm on it. What's the address?" And he got there 2 hours before the party started, fixed the electrical problems, said, "All right, peace out." "What are you going?" "Oh, I'm going to get my costume." Vanished for an hour. Came back dressed up as a cat girl.
fucking iconic.
Oh, the rest of the party is iconic too. I'm not going to get into the full story, but like it's great. Like to make a very long story short, um, he may or may not have started an orgy in the basement,
Huh. I mean, that happens sometimes.
and like
Uh,
nobody was expecting this. Nobody was planning this. He just like started like the entire night he was hitting on this one guy's wife. And, like she's lovely. She's great. Um, and like at one point one disappears, then the other disappears, and I'm looking for him like where'd he go? Just like because I was helping run the party. So I go down there and like they're making out, going at it. So I'm like, oh okay, I'll leave you two alone. And then I go back upstairs and like one person asks, "Hey, have you seen this person?" "Downstairs with Pumpkin. Pumpkin's my friend." "Oh okay." "Have you seen another person comes by a little bit later?" "Hey, have you seen this person?" "Downstairs with Pumpkin." "Okay." "Hey, have you seen this person?" "Yeah, it's downstairs with Pumpkin. Who are you?" Just because I didn't recognize the person. "Oh, I'm her husband." "Oh."
So important note, did Pumpkin make out with the husband too?
I assume.
All right. Well,
Or
I
does the
mean,
husband watch?
good for all of good for all of them then. Important note: does this person actually go by Pumpkin, or is that just a pseudonym for anonymity?
That's their actual name.
That's
Not
the
not
most
not
Midwestern shit.
not their birth name, not their legal name, but like that's the name everyone calls them.
No, but or maybe not Midwestern hillbilly shit. I don't know. We'd have like where I came from. It is a banger name, but yeah, we had like Moonshine Man, and there was an old guy who just went by Tater. It was fucking wild.
Yeah, Pumpkin's a great friend. I
Yeah,
love
it's
Pumpkin.
it's yeah, that sounds great. That's a very silly name that I can super get behind though.
Yeah, Pumpkin's been a very good friend of mine for quite some time now. I feel like I'm in a Waffle House right now. Good, I'm glad.
Like, because all the fun stories about Tater and Moonshine Man and Pumpkin.
Don't forget the fun
Oh,
dinosaur facts.
oh yeah, absolutely. Oh, fun dinosaur fact that actually is relevant because of all the giant art. So sauropod dinosaurs, the big long necky boys. I'll just throw in another one. Um, they actually had a bunch of sinuses that ran through their skeletons, sort of not necessarily a precursor to what birds have, but something convergent to what birds have, where a lot of their bones had hollow spaces with sinuses running through them.
Hmm.
Um, to allow them to reach a larger size without necessarily having as much weight so they could support themselves. So, yeah, they basically had a bunch of air sacs through at least their bones, and it's theorized through their muscles and stuff as well to help them attain such huge largeliness without collapsing under their own weight,
Hmm.
which I just think is fun. And also, I did steal that for my storm and cloud giants because they're air elemental people, so that tracks. And also, they are bigger than the other ones, so
You missed
some overlap.
you missed the cryptid talk earlier, Golgari Gal. We were talking about an old DM of mine who is non-binary and took the non-binary cryptids thing a little bit like too literally. This video will be out probably Friday. You can watch it Friday. It'll all be there.
In all its sort of juggalo esque glory.
What are their feelings on Waffle House? They never went to one. They preferred Long John Silver's. They
Long John
they
Silver's
thought they
fucks.
thought Waffle House was too creepy.
That's a stupid reason. Waffle House also fucks.
Yes, we did talk about juggalos because the non-binary cryptid person was also a juggalo, and then I met another non-binary cryptid person who was in full juggalo makeup, and me complaining about the second juggalo got me in trouble with the first juggalo.
And also, I took this opportunity to come out in support of the Juggalos. They are welcome to. They are welcome in the. I don't have a name for
They're allies.
whatever my domain is. Juggalo positive.
Juggalo. Most juggalos are positive. That's what gets them in trouble a lot.
Yeah, Juggalos are generally cool as hell. The ones I've met, at least.
I meant positive as in like the sex disease.
Oh, I wasn't
But no, they're pretty.
going there. I was just saying, like I've met some Juggalo people, and they're fine. I
Yeah.
had a clown friend who, in addition to being a clown friend, was also a Juggalo, and she was nice.
Yeah. No, every juggalo I met other than the DM are like pretty solid. Well, the DM and the second juggalo, I've been like pretty stand-up people. Just the hard part about them is they do so many drugs at the gathering, like so many drugs that like they sometimes it's great, sometimes it's glorious, other times it's like, oh god, I'm so sorry. Are you okay? Ah, god, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean that's probably just more of an irresponsible party thing,
Yeah.
because I don't know,
My one cousin.
especially people who are in that kind of situation who aren't as used to having to exercise self control and
Yeah.
stuff.
My one cousin did so much. He was a juggalo. Did so much acid once while driving, getting home from the gathering. He said he saw the Grim Reaper coming up to him on a motorcycle, and he has no idea how he got home. But he somehow got home.
Huh.
Super cool guy, really loyal, hard worker. Just a little bit strange.
I mean, I don't know. I feel a little more judgy about driving under the influence. I lost some cousins to that.
Yeah.
So, eh,
I didn't say he was smart. I just said
look,
he was.
look. No, it's fine. I don't want to kill the mood or whatever. I
No,
think
it's fine.
party drugs and stuff, sure, if you do it responsibly, but if you drive, I will judge you harshly for that.
No, I had a few good, I had a few strong words for him because he was trying to sell me acid. I'm like, why are you selling me acid, dude? I'm good. I appreciate it. He's like, oh, anyway, I didn't want to do this. I'm like, that's incredibly irresponsible. Why'd you do this? I saw the Grim Reaper, dude. That's probably telling you probably shouldn't be doing this.
Eh. Hmm. What's another fun dinosaur fact to tangent out of weird drug conversation?
Yeah.
Um. Hmm. Oh, did you know that the Tyrannosaurus Rex, it's theorized that it actually occupied multiple niches as it matured into an adult?
I did not know that.
Yeah, it's sort of an interesting theory that when they were younger, they were more lean and lithe and likely able to sort of do more persistence rundown hunting type stuff. So, like a younger Tyrannosaurus would feel more of like a active predator raptor kind of, something more akin to like a lion or a tiger or something that would like actively chase down its prey. Whereas whenever a T-Rex is fully grown and mature, it was likely much slower, but more powerful. The theory is that as they age, they transition from an active hunter to more of a sort of scavenger slash opportunity hunter who could
Huh.
just kind of overpower things if it caught them or bully things off of their kills.
That's neat.
Yeah, I think that's fun.
I also heard that a T Rex also had to push themselves up with their head because it was big and the arms too small. I have a big head and little
Sure.
arms. I'm not sure how well this plan was thought through.
Hmm. I still have a few more dinosaur facts in the tank, but I may save those for later.
I have an update about the snake, and then we can wrap up.
Okay.
Um, Rose is the lady's name. Rose says she thinks it's a rattlesnake, and the poor thing was definitely freaked out when she poked the ceiling.
Oh, well, that's might be an animal control situation then, because you don't mess with rattlesnakes. I hope she stays safe. Jeez.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you very much for
Hmm.
joining me. Sorry things got a little bit weird at times.
No, it's fine. I had a nice conversation.
I'm glad.
Apologies if I'm not the most talk showy person, but I did
No,
have a
it's
nice
fine.
time hanging out.
Hey, that's the
I
point.
will post I will post the doodle that I made while we were talking, just to keep my hands busy so I didn't get anxious.
Yeah.
It's very good. It's got all the stuff on it.
The most I've drawn is this little, like, face thing right there. And then these are the notes from the episode because I sum it up. But I've drawn a little face thing. That's the most I've been able to
Yeah.
draw. And yes, rattlesnakes are not
Well,
good to have in your ceiling.
yeah, yeah. Is animal control like something you can call as like a public service, or is that something you have to pay for? I've never actually done it.
Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. It kind of depends on where you live.
Huh. Yeah, I don't know. We had rattlesnakes where I came from, and those boys they leave you alone generally, but the ceiling's kind of a weird place to be where it probably feels cornered.
Yeah, I assume so.
Yeah. Also,
Oh,
Rose is a very pretty name.
it is. Her full name is Rosalia. It's Rosalia with Rose for short. Though she's far
Neat.
from short.
Uh, well, it was fun talking and hanging out.
No problem.
Thank you for having me on.
Thank you for joining me. I had a really nice time. I really appreciated it.
Yeah. Do we have any, I don't know, final wrap up questions, lightning round, dinosaur facts?
Do you want to share more
We
dinosaur
would like
facts?
to do. Hmm. Oh God, wait, I forgot what those dinosaur facts were that I had. Shit.
All right then. Is there anything you want to promote before we wrap up?
Yeah, is this like a self-promotion thing or
Yeah,
an other
self-promotion.
people
Promote whatever
promotion
you want.
thing? Okay, well, other people promotion first. Go look at Golgari Gal's and Katie's art. Golgari Gal makes trans Magic the Gathering altars, and they're very good. And Katie does a bunch of Magic comics, who are also very good. I think she's at Leg Dog or something, but
Leg.egg.
you should find her under Katie.
Leg.egg.
Yeah, that one. So yeah, I will shout out those two because I think they're neat. And yeah, if you look at my stuff, I'm working on it's the Giant Ambassador project or hashtag Giant Ambassador, where I'm just redrawing a bunch of Magic the Gathering Giant cards this year to establish myself as quote that giant bitch enough that Wizards has to give me a Lorwyn card to spoil of the large variety.
Also, Golgari Gal, if you ever want to be on, you're more than welcome to. We can set it up. I need more guests for my art show, and I am welcoming any art person in the Magic sphere.
Yeah, I will listen. I'll hassle you from the comments. And then you have to plug me at the end because it's reciprocal.
uh, but yeah,
Okay.
that's perfect. Thank you. If you are watching this on YouTube, the you can check right here for the next video in the playlist because these are all on a playlist, or you can check out the most recommended to you video up here, right there. So there's the playlist, there's the video. You can subscribe to me like right here, give or take, and I would have really appreciate it. And make sure to leave a like and a comment and subscribe, please. It really helps. I am at a whopping 19 subscribers. So
Hell yeah.
hey, it's better than nothing. And I would
I
love to
mean,
keep
I don't
doing
know.
these, and people seem to be interested in them for the most part. So, yeah, thank you very much, everyone.
Oh, should I have shouted out my socials of what they actually are?
I'll post them in the video description.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, that. Well, thank you for having me again. It was
Yeah.
fun.
Hey, thank you for joining me. It really meant a lot. I appreciate it.
Okie dokes.
We will talk to y'all later.
Um,
No,
yeah,
anything?
see y'all later. Bye bye, everyone.
Bye.